All right, so court is now calling Ariana Aguilar's case. It's number 1 on the calendar. She's present from the jail with counsel, Mr. Landon Moore, and for the state, Mr. Keeler. Go ahead.
Thank
Status.
you. So we're here just to try to set trial dates in this.
So let me ask you, I don't know what happened with the preliminary hearing with Judge Renteria.
So there was a juvenile that was part of the preliminary hearing. His case was continued. We don't need to worry about that case anyway, because he has to be transferred regardless if we get that far. The 3 adults were all bound up.
They were bound over.
Yeah, they should all be back on calendar today. So if we are,
Were they bound over on all 5 charges as charged on the information? I mean, we'll need to get those findings. There's nothing in the docket telling me what happened at the prelim. So we'll need to get whatever the findings were, the bind over ruling. You know, however that's memorialized in the juvenile court system, which is different. Yeah, filed here in this docket. So it's in this record. That'd be helpful. Thank you.
I believe it's Mr. Moreno. Alejandro Moreno. He had a count of
Mendoza. Mr. Mendoza?
Mendoza.
Mendoza, yeah.
Alejandro Mendoza. He had a count of obstruction that was dismissed. Other than that, everyone else was found and discharged.
And he's not set today. For some reason, I don't know why we set him different date, but we did. He's on the 27th of May.
That's strange.
I don't remember why, because they were, I don't know. But he's not set today. Mendoza isn't, so. But as far as you know, the other 5 charges were as charged in the information for both Ariana Aguilar and
For Aria, for
Natalie.
All 5 charges were found up. For Natalie, she had 2 charges.
2.
They were both found up.
Okay, all right. And so today we're set, did Judge Renteria do the arraignment?
No arraignments have been done, so we need to do the arraignments.
Okay.
And in terms of setting a trial, Your Honor, I mean, I don't necessarily have an objection to that, but I think we're going to need to coordinate with the co-defendants on that one, because at least as of now, the cases are still together. So we might need to wait. I know Mr. Stanger has Natalie.
Right.
And so I guess they're the only 2 on calendar. We can just work with that right now.
Okay, Mr. Moore, do you want us to enter not guilty pleas on behalf of your client for the arraignment piece of it?
I apologize. I am covering for another attorney whose wife had a medical issue come up just this morning, so that was not even.
It's fine.
brought to my attention.
So you've been bound over. You saw Judge Renteria, Ms. Aguilar, for the preliminary hearing. He found enough evidence to determine that there was probable cause that you committed these offenses and ordered you to be bound over to continue to answer the charge at the district court level. So now we're at the arraignment stage. It doesn't sound like you did the arraignment probably. And that's just a simple, you enter a plea of not guilty or guilty at this point. And it sounds like you want us to enter not guilty pleas. Is that correct? All right. So we'll enter not guilty pleas to the charges. And you're aware of the charges that you were bound over on?
Yes.
Okay. It's as charged in the information is my understanding. And so then we can set it for, do you want to set another pretrial conference?
Sounds like we probably should.
I think, it sounds like we need to coordinate so
Yeah,
that we're
I think
setting
we
one
do.
trial date for those that are being tried together.
Yeah, it sounds like we do.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we
thank
can
you.
set it over on, and well, you know what makes sense is let's set it over on May 27th. Mendoza's on the calendar on that day at 11, because I think he's being held in the juvenile detention facility. So we can set Ms. Aguilar's case over on that same date and time, May 27th at 11 a.m. So that's 2 weeks from today. Does that work, Mr. Moore?
If it's at 11 a.m., I believe we can make that work.
Okay, so we'll set it over for a pretrial conference, May 27th at 11 a.m. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, you know what I think it's in detention. That's what I'm leaning towards, but. Your Honor, will you please call McNab?
McNab, we will call Mr. McNab's case. That is number 8 on the calendar.
Yeah.
He's present from the jail with counsel, Mr. Smith, and Mr. Mears, I think, is on this for the case for the state. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm going to request that Mr. McNab be released on PRL 5 pursuant to the PSA. And I'm also going to request that we come back in about 6 weeks as we're going to be screening him for mental health court.
Mr. Mears, what's the state's position on release?
Your Honor, I would oppose release, both on the, well, primarily on the grounds that there is significant evidence and also that much of that evidence entails witness statements from a number of people who felt threatened enough to make individual reports about Mr. McNab's behavior. Given that that behavior involved threats with a knife, saying, to quote, "I will fuck you guys up, I will fucking kill you," et cetera, to many individuals, some of who were employees at the Flying J gas station and some of who were just patrons, customers, kind of indiscriminately. There were a lot of people that felt very threatened, and a lot of also police statements that indicate that to me, there were significant mental health concerns with Mr. McNab, and I think that's also a reason why for now it would be important that he be kept in custody until we can kind of possibly rein those in and he gets himself into a better mental state. Otherwise, I do believe that there's a risk to public safety.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Smith?
We'll submit.
All right. I did review Mr. McNabb's PSA and a bit of the history, and I think that $5,000 is appropriate in light of all of that information, the prior violent offenses, and the history with failing to appear and the facts alleged in the probable cause statement attached to the information here. I think $5,000 bail is reasonable in light of all that information to secure his appearance and the safety of the community. So I am going to leave the bail at $5,000 where it's at right now, Mr. McNabb. So I'm going to deny the request to release, and then we can set it over for, did you want
I think
Just
June
another
9th.
a
is
scheduling
appropriate.
conference?
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll
Are
set it,
you
o-
going to be getting probation or for mental health court?
We're going to be looking into mental health court.
yeah. So right now, we just were talking about whether or not I was going to release you, and I'm not going to release you today. And then we'll talk about what we're doing with the case further at the next court conference, whether it's going to be a plea and probation or mental health court, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so that next court date is going to be June 9th at 9 a.m. Does that work for everybody?
Can I explain it?
Nope,
I
talk
would
to your
advise
attorney
you-
because he doesn't want you to say anything that can be used against you.
What I'm going to do, if we find out that it's a denial on mental health court, I'll try to bring you back earlier. Okay?
Are you going to make a mental health court application?
I'll put one in today.
Okay, great,
Yes.
thank you,
Thank you, Judge.
thank you. Next, Mr.
Can
Smith.
we call out Lacey Hardy?
Yes, we'll call Ms. Hardy's case. It's number 7 on the calendar. Mr. Smitten is here on her behalf, and Mr. Mears for the state. She'll be coming out from the jail in a moment. All right. Good morning, Ms. Hardy. Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
And Your Honor, the PVR indicates that there may be some new charges being filed. So to see what happens with those, I'd like to set this over to May 27th.
We'll set over for another APNP or show cause May 27th at 9 a.m. We'll see you then.